Hey everyone! Finding genuine satisfaction and meaning in life is no easy task. Today, I want to explore how combining Stoic philosophy with the power of positive thinking can help us cultivate a mindset that is both realistic and optimistic. The ancient wisdom of the Stoics has so much to offer when it comes to developing mental resilience and fulfillment. By incorporating their insights on virtue, perspective, and self-control into how we think about challenges and setbacks, we can transform obstacles into opportunities for growth. In this video, we'll break down key Stoic teachings and discuss practical strategies for integrating them into our mindset and self-talk. You'll learn techniques to reframe situations constructively, focus on what you can control, and tap into inner strength. My goal is that you leave this video feeling inspired, equipped, and motivated to start applying Stoic wisdom to enhance your positive thinking. With the right mindset, we can find purpose and contentment even amidst life's hardships. So let's dive in. Today, I want to have an honest talk about how adopting the mindset of realistic optimism from Stoic philosophy has truly transformed my overall outlook and resilience. As a natural pessimist who tended to automatically see the glass as half empty in pretty much every situation, learning how to not sweat the small stuff as much and build an unshakable trust in my ability to handle challenges and setbacks has been incredibly empowering and life-changing for me. The Stoics understood that we can never control or determine external events themselves. The only real control we have is over our own responses and attitudes. This insight provides the foundation for developing positivity, hope, and confidence without illusions or unrealistic expectations. It allows us to remain optimistic yet grounded at the same time. Here are some specific tips and shifts that have helped me personally cultivate a more balanced and adaptive form of Stoic optimism over the years. First, I now make an effort to reframe situations in a more constructive light. Instead of dreading an upcoming difficult conversation at work, I tell myself it's a valuable opportunity to continue strengthening my communication and conflict resolution skills. I also consciously avoid unhelpful labels like catastrophe or disaster when faced with setbacks. Are those exaggerated words truly accurate and objective descriptions of the situation? Keeping perspective prevents blowing obstacles out of proportion. In addition, when roadblocks arise, I shift my focus to moving forward with courage, creativity, and calm determination rather than getting stuck in worry. I remind myself that challenges and obstacles are inevitable parts of life. What matters is making the best of whatever circumstances I find myself in. Moreover, looking back at past difficulties I've successfully navigated helps me tap into my proven resilience. If I made it through tough times before, I can trust in my ability to handle whatever comes my way now. And finally, I make sure to spend time visualizing both positive outcomes and preparing mentally for potential negative ones. This balanced Stoic approach keeps me hopeful yet grounded in reality. Learning how to cultivate this type of flexible optimism rooted in realism has filled me with so much more motivation, confidence, and peace of mind. I no longer sweat minor setbacks and can see possibilities where once I only saw pitfalls. I highly encourage you to give it a try. There is so much power and freedom in maintaining hope within reality. Wishing you continued resilience, adaptability, and inner strength. Friends, let me know if any of these tips and mindset shifts resonate as you work on building realistic Stoic optimism in your own life. I want to have an honest talk about how fully embracing virtue and moral character as my compass has completely transformed my mindset, outlook, and sense of purpose. As a student of Stoic philosophy, I strive to direct my limited time and energy towards goals and activities that contribute to human excellence and the greater good, rather than just momentary pleasure or validation. The Stoics believed cultivating a virtuous character should be our highest aim in life. So instead of chasing after money, fame, status, or perfectionism, I set daily goals oriented around growth in virtues like wisdom, courage, justice, temperance, and transcending self-interest. Here are some of the key ways that maintaining a laser focus on progressively developing my virtue on this Stoic path has helped me tremendously. First, it provides an unconditional positive framework for growth and self-reflection. Rather than beating myself up over mistakes, I can focus on learning virtue, building lessons, and making moral progress. Second, this mindset helps me discern priorities and separate the superficial from the meaningful. I try to spend time only on people and activities that nourish my character, not feed ego or instant gratification. Additionally, pursuing the highest virtues gives me an empowering sense of direction and purpose that transcends ephemeral obstacles or hardships along the path. I know my true north. Cultivating excellence of character also builds empathy and compassion for others' complex humanity. I aim to see beyond surface flaws and focus on shared moral potential. Finally, this Stoic approach provides an abiding calmness and contentment that is not dependent on external circumstances going my way. My self-worth comes from daily moral victories, however small. I highly recommend reflecting on how concentrating your intentions and efforts on virtue could also provide you meaning and inner peace. When times get tough, what we need most is a connection to our best selves. Let's support each other in striving for moral excellence. Wishing you wisdom, courage, and serenity on your journey. Today, I want to share how fully embracing the practice of gratitude from a Stoic perspective has brought me immense joy and completely changed how I relate to life. This deceptively simple mindset shift has been truly life-changing for me. It's easy to constantly get caught up in wishing for what we don't have yet or thinking a better future will finally bring happiness. But the Stoic philosophers understood the tremendous power and freedom that come from taking time to sincerely appreciate the present moment, no matter how imperfect. As the Emperor Marcus Aurelius wisely put it, display wealth by knowing how to be satisfied. The Stoics recognized that focusing on what we're grateful for rebounds first and foremost to benefit ourselves, rather than the recipients. Gratitude amplifies our own joy. Here are some specific Stoic-inspired tips and strategies that have helped me live more fully in the spirit of thankfulness. I start my mornings by taking a few minutes to name aloud several things, big or small, that I'm grateful for in that moment. My cozy, warm bed, my morning coffee, my health and mobility. This grounding ritual sets me up in a state of positivity. During meals, I make it a habit to pause before eating and sincerely express thanks for having such nourishing food available, as well as gratitude for all those who played a role in preparing it. This heightens my enjoyment of the experience. When I notice I'm feeling particularly stressed or upset, I'll stop and spend time visualizing concretely what it would be like to lose many of the blessings I usually take for granted. My eyesight, my mobility, my loved ones. This quickly snaps me back into grateful awareness. I also make an effort to share sincere thanks and express my appreciation towards others on a daily basis for both big and small acts of kindness. This has done so much to strengthen my relationships and connections. And finally, I keep a simple gratitude journal where I spend a few minutes each night writing down what I'm most thankful for that day. Recording the gifts in my life cements the mindset of gratitude, rather than just taking things for granted. Intentionally centering my mindset on appreciating the present has brought me immeasurable peace and joy. I no longer spend as much time pining for a perfect future. I'm learning the humble gifts of the now are enough. I hope you'll join me in exploring the beautiful art of gratitude. Even in the darkest of times, we can find light by opening our eyes to the blessings that surround us each day. Wishing you much contentment on your own journey. Lately, I've been thinking a lot about how hard we often are on ourselves. I realized I needed to learn more self-compassion, to treat myself with the same caring understanding that I would offer a friend who was struggling. Stoic philosophy has some wisdom to share on this front. Today, I want to open up about my own journey with self-criticism and provide some tips that have helped me develop a healthier, more accepting inner voice. Like many, I constantly compare myself to others and beat myself up over mistakes or weaknesses, both real and imagined. At times, my inner dialogue has been absolutely brutal. After a social event, my mind nitpicks every awkward moment for hours. When I fail at something, I call myself names that I would never use towards someone I cared about. This self-judgment really weighs on my mood and self-esteem. It prevents me from recognizing my positive qualities and strengths. I've had to learn that ruthlessly berating myself doesn't actually motivate improvement either. It just breeds shame and discouragement. So how can we turn down the volume on that hypercritical inner voice and cultivate self-compassion? Here are some Stoic-inspired tips that have helped me develop a nurturing inner voice. First, treat yourself like a dear friend who is struggling, not an enemy. Offer encouragement through challenges. Understand you're doing your best. Second, recognize imperfections as part of the universal human experience. There but for fortune go I. Have compassion for being an imperfect work in progress. Third, replace harsh judgments with curiosity. Ask open questions like, why do I feel I didn't measure up? To uncover roots of inadequacy without judgment. Fourth, balance critical feedback with recognition of your positive qualities and intentions too. We all have multifaceted strengths and weaknesses. Fifth, forgive yourself for past regrets and mistakes. Carrying guilt weighs you down. Learn from failure, then leave it behind you with self-love. Sixth, be mindfully aware of inner put-downs and don't identify with them. Note thoughts like I'm so stupid without following their unhealthy train. Seventh, write a letter offering advice and comfort to yourself at challenging times, as a caring friend would. Internalize this compassionate wisdom. Eighth, if emotions feel overwhelming, embrace your feelings with care and patience rather than frustration. Tough emotions pass more easily when we accept them. And ninth, set goals motivated by growth versus punishing yourself. Challenge instead of coerce. Progress. Progress takes patience and celebration of small steps. Learning self-compassion has been so freeing. I feel less inhibited and more brave in taking risks and revealing my authentic self. We all mess up and have room to grow. With care, not criticism, we can thrive. What about you? How do you deal with self-judgment? I hope you find some useful tips here like I did. You deserve compassion. We all do. Today, I want to get real with you all about something I've struggled with. Staying positive when life gets difficult. When faced with challenges and setbacks, it's easy to spiral into a funk of negativity. But the Stoics have wisdom to share about seeing every obstacle as an opportunity to learn and grow. I want to open up about my own journey working on mindset and share some perspectives that have helped me start approaching hardships as a chance for self-improvement. I'll admit, I tend to be a complainer and catastrophizer. When things don't go my way, I usually vent and lament why me. It feels better short-term to say, woe is me, and curse the universe. But long-term, this attitude only breeds more negativity and paralysis. It doesn't move me forward. For instance, when I run into obstacles trying to adopt healthier habits, like failing again to establish a consistent meditation practice or falling off my workout routine, I'll just throw my hands up and quit because I suck at it. When a friendship goes through conflict, I assume it means we're doomed rather than trying to repair it. Basically, I let struggles confirm my victim mentality rather than pushing me to improve. This feeds the cycle of negativity and prevents growth. Lately, I've been working hard to shift my inner dialogue when challenges arise. Here are some Stoic mindset shifts that have been helpful for me. First, view obstacles as training tools on the journey of progress, not signs you should give up. Muscles need resistance to grow stronger. Each failure contains a lesson. Second, mind setbacks for opportunities rather than cursing them. Ask yourself, how can I grow from this? There is wisdom to uncover if you look. Third, remember that difficulties are temporary, but self-improvement lasts. In a year, you'll be glad you persevered through the tough times. Fourth, focus on the next small step of solution or improvement, not the looming hole. Keep moving forward even if slowly. Progress through challenges builds confidence. Fifth, see through setbacks that some goals may need adjustment rather than abandonment. Failure can reveal better paths. Sixth, vent frustration briefly, then actively shift your inner dialogue to gratitude and possibilities. Don't cling to complaints. Move to constructive action. And seventh, view obstacles as a chance to practice virtues like courage, resilience, and determination. Tough times reveal character. Approaching hardship as an opportunity has been so empowering. I feel like I'm taking control of my path rather than being a passive victim when life gets rocky. This journey is full of twists, but I'm learning to adapt and grow. How about you? Do you have any go-to mindset shifts or mantras that help you stay positive when faced with obstacles and challenges? I'd love to hear how you turn lemons into lemonade. I want to talk about something I continually work on in my own life, maintaining a calm, even-keeled perspective through life's inevitable ups and downs. The Stoics had a word for this state of steady, level-headed poise and resilience. They called it equanimity. I'll be honest, I tend to be a very emotional person. When good things happen, I get incredibly excited and happy. But then when challenges arise, I also feel crushed and devastated a lot of the time. My mood goes on a roller coaster based on external events and circumstances. I end up feeling drained and exhausted from this constant inner turbulence. For example, when I succeed at something like nailing an important presentation at work, I'm on cloud 9 for days. But when a relationship disagreement happens or plans fall through, I spiral into overthinking and doubts that blow the issue out of proportion. The intensity of my highs and lows prevents me from feeling a steady sense of contentment or purpose day to day. So I've been trying to adopt a more stoic mindset of equanimity that's unshakable regardless of what each moment brings. Here are some strategies that have been helpful for me so far. First, I consciously pause and take a few deep breaths when I notice an event triggering intense emotions, either positive or negative. This helps me respond thoughtfully. Second, I remind myself that all circumstances are fleeting. Strong feelings will pass and dissipate in time, like clouds moving across the sky. This too shall pass. Third, I try to broaden my perspective and look at the bigger picture when faced with something upsetting. How important will this setback seem later? Maintaining perspective balances emotions. Fourth, I aim to start each day simply feeling grateful to be alive. Just grounding myself in the basics lessens the power of petty ups and downs. Fifth, I avoid tying my self-worth or identity too closely with external validation, like praise, status, or material things. My inner well-being stays more stable. Sixth, I try to learn something from both good and bad fortune. Success can teach humility, and failure often holds lessons if I reflect. Seventh, I keep some routines and rituals like exercise, good sleep, and journaling, no matter what each day brings. Self-care supports equanimity. And finally, when faced with events I can't control, I work on fully accepting what is, so I can focus on making the best of the present situation. Learning equanimity has been so freeing. I feel less tossed about by the winds of circumstance. Staying steady through life's ups and downs builds unshakable confidence. I'd love to hear any tips you have for maintaining your cool